What's a girl gotta do to get married these days? Let me tell you, I'm educated. I'm decent looking. I got a rockin' body that I work really hard for. And I plan to go back to grad school. Why am I still single at 27? Is it because my standards are too high? Is it because I'm a little insane? Is it because I got daddy issues? Is it because of my sense of humor? Is it because I have a little bit of an addictive personality? Is it because I'm an ER nurse and they're a little bit nutty? Or is it because I have trauma bonds and I only want men that literally want me dead? I don't know, but if you are good looking and want a wife, hit my line. I'm really... Oh, and you have to have like a decent job.
I don't know. I'm starting to lose my actual attraction to men, and I don't understand what's happening. Nobody really spoke about this growing up, and maybe we're the first generation that's being honest about it. But between the O gap and the mental IQ, is starting to like really be like, should I really be, dealing with men, or should I just be a solo dolo single woman for the rest of my life? And also like the lying. There's a lot of like minor lying happening, and I don't understand where it's coming from, because if you lying to me in the beginning, what you gonna do when you really need to lie to me? You gonna me? I don't know. I don't know. Is it like, that's why the Bible said we should wait. We should have waited. I should have listened. I wouldn't be here with all this cockamamie bull.
That really explained a lot to me about how men will just continue to serve the woman. And a lot of Christians will say, well, that's because it's how Jesus Christ served the church and that's how we're supposed to be. And it's like, no, because Jesus was in charge of the church, right? But that, they leave that part out. The women leave that part out. It's like, well, maybe he serves, provides, protects, whatever, but that he's also in charge of you. That's the trade-off, right? But women are, they're just gonna take and take and take. And so why on God's green earth are they just continuously serving, and the man is continuously, he's being submissive to her? They've switched it around. This happens so much with modern day Christians, where the man is just like, okay, honey, happy wife, happy life. My job is to serve you. But it's not, because that would mean she's the master. But this is what Ms. Villar is saying, that's exactly what's going on. It's exactly what's going on. And I totally understand why so many men's rights activists think that Christianity really oppresses men, because this is what they see.
Okay, so I was just talking to one of my friends about how like I be trying to stay away from the 50-50 debates and stuff like that, because one time I commented on how I don't believe in 50-50, and somebody commented back to me and was like, you're a single mom doing 100 to 0. Oh. So now I just shut up. I just shut up during those debates and pray for my provider man. Amen, amen, amen.
Why does dating now feel like you're literally going to war? I met someone in public and was trying to be cute and organic and like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet someone like not on a dating app, yada yada. Also, check the spray tan story. And I gave him my number, thought he was super cute, we hit it off, whatever. We go on 2 dates. First date, lovely, fantastic. It was really good. We go on a second date. Last night, and it was something. Mainly because there's an age gap between us. I found that out on our last date. He's 31. Okay, I'm 23. And I swore off men in their 30s who were still single for very valid reasons, but we won't get into that. He was very sweet, picked me up, planned the date. We drove an hour to go get dinner. And on our drive, on our drive over to the restaurant, we were talking about like what we're looking for in relationships and stuff. And I was very upfront, very straightforward, and was like, yeah, I'm not looking to waste my time. Like, I'm looking for a relationship, yada yada. And he was like, oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I'm in the same boat. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, like, sweet. And then he just randomly like drops this bomb of like, yeah, honestly, I have a body count of 7 and they've all been ex-girlfriends. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, ooh, okay. And he was like, yep. Like he was proud of himself for that. And I was just like, I don't think this is really appropriate to be talking about on the first official date. And also, like you're a man. Like you're 31 years old and your body count is still in your like regular vocabulary. So I was like, I'll let that one slide. Okay, that was strike number 1. Then we get to the restaurant. It's fine. It's a normal restaurant, whatever. And then he asks if I wanted to get a drink. And I was like, okay, white wine, obvs. So he orders us a bottle. Oh my God. He orders us a bottle of white wine. And he's pouring me a glass and he was just like, cheers, let's be fancy tonight. And he did that unironically. And I was just like, oh. So I was just like, I think there's a language barrier between like our generations because his humor and my humor did not correlate, right? Like he very millennial, extremely millennial. And so we're driving back after dinner. He's taking me home and he's like, play whatever music you want. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to play Clairo, Maria's, Lord, whatever. I was just in that kind of mood. And he was like, this is so good. I've never heard of this before. I was literally playing 400 Lux by Lord. And I was like, you've never heard Lord? And he was like, no, not really. I'm like, what? Like 2012, your time, buddy. You were like 18 years old. But anyways, it was just a little bit weird how he's all, oh, what is this? This is so good. And so he drops me off at my house. He walks me to my door and I just go in for a little quick hug, like, thank you so much for dinner and everything. Like I had a lovely time. And after the hug, he like pulls me in and just like he kissed me. And I was just like, oh, okay. Totally caught off guard. There was no signs of like romantic tension at all. And also I don't really like, I'm not a big like first kiss on the first date type of thing. So that was really uncomfortable. And then I was just like, okay, like talk to you soon. So yeah, I'll probably never go out with him again. And I think I'm done with dating for a while.
A lot of dudes in the comments saying, "Dom, he just put me on game, and now I don't waste money on women that don't actually like me."
I'm sorry, but 50-50 is not always realistic for a relationship. Yes, it'll come out in the wash at some point, and eventually you will have even ground, but you won't always have 50 to give, and neither will your partner. And so Brené Brown does a great interview in which she talks about when you come home from work and you only have 40, your other person can pick up the slack of that lacking 10% and vice versa. And sometimes neither of you will have 100% put together to give, but you guys can work and do the best that you can. It's okay to not be at 100% all the time. Stop putting that on your relationship and stop trying to be so rigid in these boundaries. Follow me for more relationship dynamic.
That at the time that I did that podcast with Kevin Samuels, that was 3 years ago. I was 29. I was about to turn 30. Right now I'm 32. I was dating someone at the time that I did that podcast, which Kevin Samuels didn't know. I'm very private with my relationships. So I was in a committed 4-year relationship at that time. And the person I was dating at that time was a die-hard Kevin Samuels fan. Like, when I went to his place and I turned on his TV and I typed in Kevin Samuels on YouTube, all of the videos, the little red line was at the end because he watched them all. And I'm telling you, Kevin Samuels brainwashed my boyfriend. He brainwashed him. Who he was in the beginning of our relationship and who he was at the end of our relationship was 2 different people. So we broke up. Okay, we broke up. And I'm telling you, that man, the things he was starting to say and do, I was like, who are you? You're not the same person I met and fell for. You're not. You're not. I was 29. He probably was like 33. And what I noticed in him was that he didn't realize it. It was subconscious, but he was looking for a male father figure. And I believe that Kevin Samuels was the perfect father figure for a lot of men who don't have, and as I'm seeing, a lot of men don't have father figures. So Kevin Samuels represented someone you could learn from, someone you could listen to. And of course you would want to. He was well spoken. He was well dressed. He could articulate himself. He could call a spade a spade. He wasn't taking no like, of course I can.
So basically he didn't do anything wrong. He treated you like a gentleman, and all you do is complain about it.
I actually just feel like men are so insanely weird. Like, it's not even like the way that they think and the way that they feel things is so weird to me. Like, what do you mean you didn't think about that? What do you mean you didn't see how that was offensive? Are you dumb? Are you lacking in your head? Like, are you stupid? Do you have a problem? Because clearly you felt like
You gotta love it. Women just thinking that they have all the answers.
Women over 40, it's time to actually speak up and say what we want and need. We can do it in a way that is loving, that is caring, that is playful. We don't actually have to be demanding or rude about it. But often what I see is that women give up on amazing men because we just think what he's showing is all I'm going to get. When the reality is we can actually ask for what we want. So if we're not feeling connected, we can talk about that and ask to be more connected instead of just judging him and throwing him out like a piece of trash and thinking like, oh, he's never going to be that. He's never going to be what I want. As we have these real intimate conversations, men show up very differently.
I'm going to go on to wax appointments with nut leaking out of the... I didn't stutter. Women are going to appointments with nut leaking out of their... I saw that girl's video. She is a licensed esthetician. She is a waxer. And she said that a lot of these women are rolling up to these tables with fecal matter in their labias and fresh skeet leaking out of the coo. Now, why is this important? Because hygiene is important. Because you can actually get an infection. Mostly because you a nasty. And some of y'all know that this is true too. Some of y'all got homegirls right now who you hate going over her crib, but you still go because you love her. But low key, you be tired of fighting the roaches every time that you go over there. She be wanting to borrow stuff from you. You give it to her. You like, yeah, no, you can keep it. And she never questions one time why you never want it back. Because you gonna get that lip gloss back with syphilis. And if you don't believe me, ask any of your nursing homegirls. Ask any of them if they would rather work in a male or a female prison and see what their answer is.
Still looking for my king. I fear he is not located in the TikTok comment section of my most recent post, but he's out there.
I'm discussing modern dating with one of my best friends right now, and I'm explaining how you go from like the talking stage to dating to exclusive to boyfriend, girlfriend. It all is ridiculous and stupid to me. And she's over here and telling me about how she went on 2 dates with her husband, 2 dates within 1 week. And then he was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And she was like, isn't that just how it goes? I'm like, no, you're literally fully married and you don't understand that that is not the trenches that I am in.
Did you ask your friend what kind of things they talked about so you wouldn't keep on running into the same guys that you don't like?
How mad I get in traffic. Y'all won't have to worry about 100 men versus a gorilla. Because I'll whoop that gorilla by myself.
Do you ever just be going about your day and you think about your husband and you're just like, God, he's so hot. In a world full of women who hate their husbands, could never be me.
Okay, super crazy take, but I feel like if you as a man know you have a small ween, you should worship the ground your lady walks on. Because you aren't even putting her through enough. You are, and to now do a lot and put her through a lot, you're not, no.
Somebody in the comments said, does this go for ugly women with bad hair? Dang.
If you don't know who I am, I just love a single 30-year-old woman about how hard dating is, because it is hard, okay? But I'm seeing all these TikTok comments saying, you know, men are leaving women alone because women want to be left alone, blah, blah, blah. I think that most men just don't get the point of like, oh, let's have common sense and see when a woman wants to be approached or not. It's not that we don't want to be. I can't even get through this because I actually don't want to be approached. Seriously, get away from me. You guys don't have common sense of like reading the room. If I'm squatting on a squat rack at the gym, get the my face. Seriously, leave me alone if I'm pumping gas and you're trying to hit on me at the gas station. That's called a cat call. It's not trying to, it's like, get the fuck out. If I'm at a coffee shop and there's people around me, shoot your fucking shot. Shoot your fucking shot. I might tell you I have a boyfriend, but that's a quick, easy way, and that's the worst that can happen, right? Then you move along. That's the problem, men. Move the fuck along. If that response is given, move the fuck along. Good men, you can blame the weirdo men for women trying to just protect themselves. Seriously, I'm not trying to be attacked. I think that men should understand when a woman might feel a little bit vulnerable. I just don't think it's that hard. So the men that are like, well, women don't want to be approached anymore, maybe you're doing it in the wrong way, and we need to open our eyes and have a little common sense and be like, if I was a woman, we're just walking around this earth scared as all the time. If I was a woman, would I want to be approached right now in this moment while she's doing the fuck bab doctor? No. Okay. Leave me the phone. It's written all over our faces. I don't understand why like y'all don't see that. And if I tell you that I'm not interested from the beginning, from the get-go, I'm good, thanks, or blah blah blah, move along. Take a hint. But now no man is shooting their shot because they're all scared and they're not doing it the right way and they don't know how to do it. Well, I'm telling you right now, public places, if the woman looks like she's open to having a conversation or whatever, do it. If she's busy, maybe leave her the phone. If she's secluded, leave her the phone. I don't even know if I want to post this because I don't even know if I want to be approached by a man. Seriously, like it's scary. It's a thought. I'm trying to help. I'm not even helping myself. I don't know. Figure it out. I don't know. Or don't care.
With an attitude like this, it's going to be a hard no for me.
Ladies, if you take a picture with your man and you face tune yourself to the gods and you leave your man looking like Shrek standing next to you with your smooth, poreless skin and your little white chiclet teeth, you're an asshole. You are an asshole.
I really don't think that most men care, but whatever.
I have some news. I've been pondering. I've been thinking lately. A little idea has popped in my head. It says, "Deal on Hinge." Who said that? Who said that? Download. I've been clean for a year. Clean for a year off the dating apps. And listen, I know my man's not on Hinge. I know he's not on Hinge. But if there's one thing that I am, it's a storyteller. It's a blogger. And I need some plot. I need some attention is what I need. But I don't know. I've been floating around the idea. I just love sending my girlies like a little voice memo about, I don't know, the demons on this app. But I don't know. Tell me reasons why I shouldn't. I already have. Like it's on my phone right now.
You know, I'm convinced that some of these women are doing this because they feel left out. They want to be involved in stupidity.
Women enable women's bad behavior, and men can't say anything honest or true without being ridiculed. Why are men not allowed to state that they're uncomfortable with women's behavior of any sort? They aren't allowed to say a damn thing. If they say anything remotely constructive or even just stating their opinion on what they've experienced and how they may like something or not like something, it's like women just can't just receive it and be like, oh damn, like that's how I've been making people feel. This is how I've been entering spaces, and it's very self-absorbed and very selfish. Oh, let me be a little bit more mindful, because they do have kids clubs at a lot of these gyms and and they do have teenagers who are also utilizing the facility. It's not just men are just stating that man or men or whoever are just stating their side of it, but there are other people who are affected by how you are dressed at the gym. And it's like the way that some of the women be complaining about how they don't want men to be approaching them at the gym, or they don't want to be looked at and gawked at or whatever. Not everybody's looking at you because you're attractive. Some people be looking at you in disgust. Some people be looking at you like, what the fuck got on? And you're just in your head because you feeling yourself, feeling your oats. Or maybe you're not. Some of y'all are very insecure. And so you're putting this outfit on, wanting a little confidence boost. And then when you get the attention that you so desperately wanted, now you don't, now all of a sudden, it's a little too much. Now you don't want that attention, or maybe the attention that you're getting is not from people who you want the attention from. And it's like, yeah, women should be allowed to wear whatever they want. We all have free will. We can all wear whatever we want. We can come outside naked if we wanted to. We decided to be nudist one day, but that doesn't absolve you of any consequences, or that doesn't absolve you of any like ridicule, judgment, or whatever the case may be. And it's like the same people that want to have their ass out when they at the gym be the same people that don't want the attention, or complain about the attention. It's very much giving you wanted some type of attention. That's what it's giving. And people, I wear this for me. Y'all really need to cut that shit. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, and to some degree, yes. You are wearing the things for yourself. You liked it. You picked it out. You put it on. Those are all decisions you made. But the intent behind the decision, it matters. And to try to say that you're not doing it to seek any type of a male attention is really gaslight energy. You're gaslighting us, and nobody's going for that shit. I've seen men come to the gym in very tight, spandex. You can very clearly tell that he has no underwear on underneath. And it makes me very uncomfortable. So I think like instead of women always want to jump to the defense of constructive criticism, like if that's not you at the gym, then that's not you. You don't have to chime in and be in defense of something that's you're not even involved in. You're not the one coming to the gym like that, dressed like that or whatever. And you're saying, and a lot of women's point is that, well, I can go to the gym and not, bother a woman, or I can just appreciate somebody's beauty or whatever they're doing and just mind my business and get to my workout. Sure. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of men, if that wasn't the case with men, there would be, I'm sure, a magnitude of men that women were interacting with where they felt like they were made to feel uncomfortable. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, when I go to the gym, nobody's bothering me. The only time somebody's bothering me is to ask me how many sets do I have left on a machine. Or maybe I had left something, one of my items at the machine. Oh, hey, you left your thing, or whatever. Or maybe even you go to the gym, a lot of times you don't see people. You might speak, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, you make little gym small talk. I just think like a lot of y'all don't even go to the gym for real. Y'all not even working out. Y'all don't even know the gym culture. This was your first week or so because it's a trend that you saw, a little 30-day challenge that you wanted to do. So you got yourself a membership thinking you're going to be on your fitness journey. And the first day in your fitness journey, going to the gym, you want to complain about feeling like people are looking at you or whatever the case may be. Who are y'all thinking y'all are? Like, who are y'all thinking that y'all are?
A single woman who lives at home and 30 intruders come in, God forbid. Okay,
30? Who the you? Neo from the Matrix?
I swear, people just get on the internet or just be in spaces in order to justify their beliefs. They just say the most asinine thing.
Okay, so hear me out. A lot of us in our 20s dated people that we had no business being with, maybe even past our 20s. But generally, when we get to our 30s, we say that we have like higher standards. But sometimes I wonder, like, is that really growth? Or is that fear dressed up as self-worth? Because some of y'all standards are so high that a man cannot even hold your hand, let alone build something with you. And I get it. Like, you don't want to get hurt again. You don't want to waste your time. But when the list becomes longer than the actual relationship, are we protecting ourselves or are we just pushing people away? Like, I'm not saying settle. I'm saying high standards, I feel like, have become a socially acceptable way of just avoiding vulnerability. Like, I'd rather be alone than risk being hurt again. And I feel that, but maybe we should ask, are we asking for emotional safety or emotional perfection? I don't know, because like a lot of y'all in the comments have come after me about like, oh, you need to go on a self-love journey, a healing journey. But I don't feel broken and I don't feel like I have anything to heal from. I have been through way worse than a man in my life. And so I guess I'm just used to like things, when things don't go well, you keep going, you make the best out of it. To me, I feel perfectly healed. Now, seeing y'all in the comments talking about that y'all never do something for a man again, or that you just have all of these like super high expectations, which is to each his own, you know. But again, I just wonder, are we taking it too far? What do y'all think? Are high standards helping us? Or are high standards just the new wall that we hide behind? Yeah. Let me know in the comments, especially if you've been like on both sides of this, but I don't know. Just my thoughts.
And of course, you got some of the women in the comments upset about this. But what else is new?
So I've been saying this a lot to my clients, that dating in 2025 is a once in a lifetime experience, because this is the first time liking your partner is no longer optional. Liking the person that you want to be with is now mandatory. And a lot of people, in particular men, are struggling with that because now they're forced to either change or not. And I think that's where you see the whole red pill movement coming in, because those are men who are refusing to change and are struggling with the outcomes of that. And some men may argue and say, well, women are lonely too. The thing is, how women deal with loneliness is a lot different from how men deal with loneliness. Women, we can build connections with other people, careers, pets. Men have been socially conditioned to see these things as feminine and something they're not engaged with. And then, yes, there are women who perpetuate that, who have their own toxic masculinity, who critique everything a man does and look for something feminine or somehow DL, and then shame the men for exploring that. But this is 2025 dating. I'm thinking it's going to be revolutionary. Men, it is okay to grow and change and be a better person. It is okay to like your partner. And there's nothing wrong with being hobosocial.
I mean, homosocial, where you prefer the social company of men. I don't see anything wrong with that. The problem is that when you have to berate, when you have to degrade, when you have to disempower women in order to enjoy that social relationship with other men. All of us really need to go out and heal. Y'all have a great day.
You know, it's funny because she's a therapist and she was dialoguing in the comments with a psychologist talking about in the next however many years, it's going to be men in the nursing homes cussing out the CNA. Statistically speaking, 63% of the time, women end up in nursing homes. I don't know where and how they got this logic.
A lot of women don't even realize our ways to inform a man that I am interested in him by so many things. And it starts with the small things. Over appreciation, or the note that I leave for you. Things that make you understand that I am thinking about you even when you're not. You come home from work and there's a small note on your thing saying, I missed you. Or if you had a long day, you have to stay after work. It's no longer where you at. It's, okay, are you hungry? How can I provide food for you? Did you eat yet? When you start realizing that those things are, okay, she actually cares about me. When you get out the shower and a girl has put your towel in the dryer so it's warm for you when you get out, that's love right there.
Anytime you see a beautiful girl dating a hideous man who has no money, just know it's because at one point in that man's life, a truly gorgeous woman with very low self-esteem and possible daddy issues was tricked into dating him. And then another baddie saw that baddie dating him and assumed there must be like some secret sauce going on. And it just became like an MLM trickle down of baddies being confused as to why other baddies were with this guy, and him being like equally confused and then slowly gaining confidence because all these beautiful women are somehow interested in him and he can't figure out why, when at the end of the day, it was just because like one hot girl saw another hot girl and like buying a trendy purse, they just had to have this hideous man.
Accountability. Please, just accountability.
Yeah, I'm so glad women can work and we have the right to work. I'm so glad. Thank you. I love being a girl boss. Girl boss. I love it. I love working. It's so early in the morning and I love it. Happy Monday.
See, these dudes kill me. That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table?
If you're in your 20s, don't hook up with that person you shouldn't be hooking up with. Dating in your 20s is messy. Now is the time to give in to the urges and desires so that later on you're not resenting yourself or somebody else for it.
You know what, I'ma just say it, and I know how y'all like to fight, but I want the smoke. All age gap relationships are not the same, especially the ones where the woman is older than the man. Y'all be like, oh, Drea's disgusting. Oh, I think it's atrocious for a 40-year-old woman to be dating a 24-year-old man. No, it's not. It's literally not. And it's literally not the same as a 40-year-old man dating a 24-year-old woman. Why is it not the same? Because women are just far less sinister. Statistically speaking, women are far less sinister than men. Men of all ages are mostly after sexual gratification. If something transpires deeper than that with a woman, amazing. Wow, a miracle. Women can be after the same thing, but most of the time, they're after companionship, company, someone to connect with. Everybody and their mama got an opinion on Drea and her 20-some-year-old. Meanwhile, that man has not complained about Drea once. Not once. He actually looks like he's fully enjoying whatever relationship they have. And if he didn't have a baby with her, he was going to do it with somebody else, because he did. He has a whole other baby that's the same age as Drea's with a young baby. Everybody acting all fake concerned. No, it's masked jealousy. Y'all are jealous of her. He's a YN with money that knows what he wants and can do whatever the f he wants. And y'all mad at Drea?
You know what's crazy? Some of these ladies with all their heart refusing to admit a double standard.
Oh my God. Okay. I just had like the most profound realization, and many of you are going to be like, what? But men are so weak. And I don't mean to offend, but oh my God, they're so weak that they had to build all of these structures so they can have some sense of like ego that they're in control, simply because they can't make life But they can do so much else. They can create. They're just so stuck up on the fact that we have a uterus and that we are source, that instead of actually worshiping us and giving us the respect that we deserve, they are so I can't. Oh my God, I'm like walking down the street, okay? And I'm like, oh, and I knew this, but like to really feel it. Okay, I took some Blue Lotus right now. Oh my God. Oh, and if you're in the comments, shit on me off. I don't give a we women know it. We are men. I just realized like the only thing most men can do, not all men, is give money. That's their only value because they built a system where that is their only value. And now they're pissed off because we can fake money too. I can't. Like every man I've ever been with has been threatened by me. And I always thought, I don't know why. Like, why? It's because I'm a man and a half. Like, let me teach you, brother. Let me teach you how it's done. I cannot. Oh my God.
Any of you fellas in the Chicago area know of a good psych ward or mental health institution? Put it down in the chat.
Can we normalize letting them know that we getting like let them, like sometimes you really gotta let them know, like you're not getting it right. Like you know you're an option, right? You're not an obligation, you're an option. That's when niggas be getting it, and I think sometimes us as females we let them have it in the head and then they get comfortable, get complacent. But no, you gotta really let these know, like I put you because I want to. If I wanted for him, and him, I could and I would. But then too comfortable and you really got to shake the room and let them know, like, it's there. All the way there. Like, I can get flew out on Monday, come back on Tuesday, go on a date with somebody different on Wednesday, chill with somebody different on Thursday, go out of town on Friday for the weekend. Like, it's easy. It's actually easier for us than it is for y'all.
We know y'all getting it. The only problem is y'all already told us that. So the other that y'all gonna get, it's like they're not good options. Like y'all already said men are uneducated, boring, freaked out, not emotionally intelligent, broke. So yeah, all of these great guys and magically appeared in the world all of a sudden. Yeah, y'all just go have fun with that.
So I posted a video last night, not expecting for it to go viral overnight. And let me tell you, the video went to the complete wrong audience from what I was expecting. I posted a little video about just being 30, 31, still single and not having kids yet, but still wanting those things. And let me tell you, the uproar of men in the comments that are so incredibly triggered and upset by the thought of a 31-year-old woman that is still single and doesn't have kids but still is planning for those things one day is absolutely insane. And it just goes to show how many negative connotations with a 30-something-year-old woman still being single and independent and self-sufficient and living their life but still wanting to be a mother and a wife one day. It's absolutely insane. And the thought that a 30-year-old is pretty much on their deathbed is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life, because if you've been an OG follower, you know that I lost 100 pounds in my 20s. I completely transformed my life, completely changed everything. And now at 31, I feel better. I feel more energetic. I feel younger. I feel stronger, more confident, all of the things than I did 10, 12 years ago. I feel better now at 31 than I did at 19, 20 because I'm taking such good care of myself. And it just goes to show that when you are taking care of yourself, age is truly just a number. And 30 was my best year so far. It was my favorite year. I feel the best that I've ever felt in my life. And I'm so excited for my 30s. I have so much in store for this decade. And I saw some comments like, oh, just wait till your 40s, wait till your 50s. I cannot wait for my 40s. I'm so excited for that decade because...
So I'm going to go over and watch the other video, but just commenting on what it is that she said. First of all, let me congratulate her, because anytime that you get healthy, anytime you take control of your life, that's always a blessing, and that's to be congratulated. On the flip side, you know, her sharing that she's 31, and I believe that a woman that is 31 with no kids, if you've been intentional about not having kids and you don't have kids out of wedlock, that should also be celebrated. The flip side of it is that time waits for nobody. So just because your best years are in your 30s, I'm assuming that the majority of the guys is just being realistic and saying that now you got to compete with women that's in their 20s that are well taken care of, that don't have children, that men then find more desirable. And it doesn't mean that she can't find the person that she wants or the person that she needs to align with, but she's probably going to have to be more realistic about her expectations, because the dating pool gets worse as you get older.
What's crazy is that a lot of these women will be boss babes, study their demographic, and get the best, the most, the greatest sales. But they won't study a man to understand how he works.
Today is my 35th birthday, and I'm starting over in a lot of areas in my life, and I'm being humbled in a way that I didn't think would be happening at 35. Like 10 years ago, if you would have asked me would I be in the position that I'm in right now, I'd be like, hell no. I would have been thinking that like life would be everything I dreamed of, and it's just not. Like, so I'm taking that, like, I'm trying to give myself grace, but at the same time, I'm just really like, damn, I'm 35. Blessed. But this is just a season of being humbled, I guess. I really don't know what to make of it. I didn't cry this year when I woke up on my birthday, so that's a plus. But I just didn't think that I'd be where I'm at right now, like in my early 20s. I thought I would be that girl.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of dudes going through the same thing. Got to pick yourself up and keep on going.
If you ever see a woman with a man, just know she rejected him multiple times and he never gave up on her. Yeah, bro, this man is not her type. Okay, women don't have a type. Their type is whoever endures. This man wasn't her first choice. This man is a survivor, okay? He just had the stamina of a golden retriever and no sense of social cues, and now they're together. That's it. She said no in English, in Spanish, in Morse code, and he said, okay, cool, so how about next Friday? And she eventually got worn down. This is not her soulmate, okay? That's just the persistent inconvenience that she eventually developed feelings for out of sheer constant exposure to it. It wasn't the chemistry. It was Stockholm Syndrome with a beard. Okay, he's not lucky to have her. He worked for this tirelessly. So if you're wondering how to win her over, just keep being emotionally available and delusional. And with time, all things are possible.
So hang around in the friend zone until she exhausts all of her other options. I think that's going to be a no for me.
Real men don't marry single moms. How do y'all feel about that statement? Like, seriously, because I have over 100 men in my comments right now claiming that real men do not marry single moms. And I got to say, I'm not a big fan of that. All right. Because the reality is that if that's your definition of a real man, that he doesn't marry a single mom because they have a child, then either you need to change your definition or I do not give a crap about being a real man. That's all there is to it. Some of the strongest families that I've ever seen were actually built when somebody stepped in and then stepped up. All right. They didn't realize, oh, I can't handle this situation, I'm not strong enough, and run away. Instead, they stayed and they worked through it. And they have some of the best families that I've seen. Loving and marrying a single mom isn't a weakness, bro. All right. In my opinion, loving a single mom is a sign of character. It's a sign of commitment. It's a sign of maturity. It's a sign of something that a real man does. But bro, if you want to hold the view that marrying a single mom or loving a single mom makes you not a real man, you're absolutely entitled to have that perspective. But I want to give you my perspective real quick before we bail. And my perspective is simple. I'm not going to tell you where you can find a real man or where you can find an example of a real man. I'm just going to start you out by telling you where you cannot find a real man. And it's going to be the one looking back at you in the mirror every morning when you're shaving, because there ain't one there. That's just my personal opinion on it. So dudes, hit me up in the comments, blow me up saying I ain't a real man, whatever. I don't care. Your definition is weak. Period. End of story.
Honestly, I don't think a lot of men would have a problem dating a single mom. It's just that a lot of these single mothers have this delusional standard to where they think that they're better than men.
Why is it that every single time I log into this app,
there is a woman on this app shaming men for the way that they look. It's always, oh, don't ever go for the medium ugly men. Why are men so ugly? I don't even like men anymore because they're so emotionally, like, unavailable and not emotionally in tune, and they have nothing. Like, the way that women are so freely to drag men for literally no reason or based off one singular experience with a man, and then she makes it about all men, is freaking crazy. What happened to y'all? How is it that you don't want men to speak about your weight, your, like the size of your waist, all of these things? None of that is like, as a woman, we get filters, we get makeup, we get all of these things that help and enhance our appearance. So who are we to judge men just for existing? And not for nothing, it always comes from like these women that have no pot to piss in. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't have anything to say because they are not even attractive themselves. Like, I truly don't understand. Some of y'all need to go back to kindergarten, freaking preschool, and like just treat people how you want to be treated. If you don't want a man commenting about your fake lashes and how disgusting you look in the morning without all of the prep that you do, then don't comment on men, or don't feel the need to shame men for being ugly, because let's not forget that attractiveness is subjective to the person. Y'all wonder why you can't find a good man. You come on this app every single day and cry about where did all the men go. Well, it's because you're on the internet talking crap about the good men that may not be as attractive as you want them to be, but they're still the good men. And because you talk about these good men, those good men have been off of the dating scene. So y'all are pushing away top tier men because you want to shame them based off one singular experience with a man that let you down or hurt you. Like, grow the hell up. You cannot talk about emotional intelligence if you're going to base your entire existence off one or two experiences and then shame all men for being unattractive. Okay, bye.
Shira7 been on live for 3 hours and it's almost 2,000 people in the chat literally sending her money, like $4, $5, just to ask a question about dating. I'm on my lunch break and I'm like, let me find something to watch while I sit here and eat. And it popped up that she was live and I cannot believe what's happening here. Why one of the girls was like, I'm 20 something. I definitely want to be married and taken care of before 30. What should I do? And she told the girl, either find a guy that's 10 times uglier than her. Number 2, somebody that needs a green card because they'll marry you fast. Or a man that's like 50 or above that's looking to settle down like right now. And she was like, make sure you look right. Make sure, everything is appearance-wise is top 10. And you'll get married. What? I want to know in the comments, if you are a follower of Shira7, have you followed any of her advice? I need to hear, is this stuff working?
Shira is after one thing and one thing only, and that's money. So if that's what you're looking for, go ahead and do what she says and be miserable.